Link TV, connecting you to the world. Link TV is viewer supported. Watch more at linktv.org.
The UN's top envoy for Somalia warns about the growing insurgent threat. Why is Western media failing to report on Somalia? And will al-Shabab overrun Mogadishu?
Answers to these questions and more on Link TV's Mosaic Intelligence Report.
Somalia has not had an effective government for almost 20 years. The Somali government has struggled to gain relevancy, but it has been plagued by corruption and has been battling warlords and militant groups such as the al-Qaeda-linked al-Shabab. This week, Augustine Mahiga, the UN's top envoy for Somalia, warned that more international peacekeepers are needed in the war-ravaged country because of the growing threat from insurgent groups. He also told the Security Council that he's concerned by the deteriorating security situation in Somalia and its potential impact on the entire region.
I request and encourage the Council to remain engaged and seized with the situation in Somalia, which, unlike many African conflicts, has multiple threats to international peace security. A protracted civil war, international terrorism, international piracy, and international trafficking. Experience in Somalia has shown that the more delayed or inadequate the response is, the more complex the crisis becomes.
Recently, al-Shabab fighters disguised in Somali military uniforms stormed a hotel favored by lawmakers in the capital, Mogadishu, firing indiscriminately and killing 32 people, including 6 parliamentarians.
This is my daughter. She was selling tea at the entrance of the port when a bomb fell on her and wounded large parts of her body. We don't know what to do.
Our shops are closed because of the battles. They showered us with bullets and artillery shells.
The attack came after a warning was issued by al-Shabab that a new massive war is about to be launched against the government. The militant group wants to establish a Taliban-style Islamic Sharia law in the country. In a similar attack in December 2009, a suicide bomber detonated himself at a university graduation ceremony about 1.5 miles from the recent hotel attack, killing 24 people, including 3 government ministers, medical students, and doctors. These attacks show that al-Shabab, which controls wide areas of Somalia, can penetrate even the few blocks of the capital under the control of the government and African Union troops. The situation is reminiscent of Afghanistan before the entire country was overrun by the Taliban. Is Somalia the next Afghanistan? The current situation in Somalia is eerily similar to Afghanistan in the 1990s, which was in total disarray with no central government or functioning economy. Warlords battled freely over territorial pockets and small weapons were plentiful. Yet, very little news coverage has been provided in the West about the dangerous situation in Somalia today. The coverage has been sporadic, only making headlines when Somali pirates have attacked freighters and tankers. I attribute the lack of the United States' interest in Somalia to its raid there in 1993 when 18 soldiers and 2 Black Hawk helicopters were lost. At the time, U.S. troops were in Somalia to try to capture powerful Somali warlord Muhammad Aidid from his stronghold in Mogadishu and take him to a ship anchored off the nearby coast. This operation is often remembered as a tragic fiasco. Millions of Americans still remember watching the body of a dead U.S. soldier being dragged through the streets on television. This tragic incident and the U.S. involvement in 2 wars, Afghanistan and Iraq, is enough reason for many Capitol Hill politicians to avoid U.S. engagement in the war-torn country.
If peace returns, I will be happy to stay in Somalia, which is dearest to my heart.
Yet, It's only a matter of time before al-Shabab takes over the capital and establishes a Taliban-like government imposing its rule throughout the land. I'm Jamal Dajani for the Mosaic Intelligence Report.
More about this program or to share your thoughts, visit us at linktv.org/me. Stay up to date on the Middle East. Follow Jamal at twitter.com/JamalDajani.
This program is brought to you by Link TV for educational and non-commercial use only. Link TV is the only U.S. network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world.